I bought a gold and silver bar from the Royal Mint, much to my shame, because it was bloody expensive. But they're here, they are very nice, and we can have a good close look at two very cool things made of silver and gold. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to this week's In Focus Friday, where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. And we've got both silver and gold on show today in the form of these Royal Celebration bars from the Royal Mint. Now I need to confess a little bit of a Backyard Bullion boo-boo. I bought these directly from the Royal Mint, thinking at the time of purchase that they were an exclusive only at the Royal Mint. I was in a bit of a rush, and I didn't think about it. I didn't check, and of course they're not. There is a certain bullion dealer based in Blackpool that may or may not have sponsored my channel this week, who had them for £60 less for the 1 ounce gold and about £3 or £4 less for the silver. So you know what, it is what it is, and sometimes you've just got to roll with those punches. I'm buying these for content's sake, and you know, it's quite fun to talk about that little mishap, because it does happen to the best of us. But anyway, enough about that, let's talk about the bars themselves. So, we have the gold and silver 1 ounce here. There is a 10 ounce in the range, which I have decided to take a punt on, because it does look pretty cool, and I've bought it from Chards rather than from the Mint, because it was like 50 quid cheaper. So that should hopefully be coming at some point in the near future, and we'll get that out and have a good play with it when it does. But the gold and silver are here, and those look pretty good. Now, there's only one thing that's really annoying me about the silver, and there's this little tiny black spot down here, and this is like a bit of fluff or something inside the plastic. And yeah, it's just really annoying. So I can see it. Now it's like a £30 bar. I'm not like, you can't send it back for that. Probably could throw our toys out the pram about it, but you know what? I really can't be bothered, quite frankly, with that. So despite the fact there's a tiny little black spot there, which is going to annoy my inner OCD, the bars are here. The quality is pretty good, other than that little mistake there. The quality is pretty good on these bars. I was concerned about sort of the edges of these bars being not great, but in fact they are pretty good. If we go up close to the silver, you can see that they're very clean, very nice and uniform. I have been sort of concerned in the past about bars like this where they have these little marks, because the blanks, they'll come in fresh, and these raised edges here will just be however the blank was, and it's actually not. It's really quite nice on that, so well done there. The only other quality related issue on this particular one, despite the fact that the assay card itself is a bit scratched and a little bit, there's like, I don't know, a little bit chip missing at the bottom. So actually that's not very good at all now that I really noticed that. And there's like a smudge mark up here. The bar itself there's a little bit of like not quite perfect markings on there. It is a bullion product at the end of the day. It's not the proof product, so sending it back for these things probably isn't going to fly. I mean, I suppose I could try it as a sort of experiment really to say, hey, Royal Mint, is this really up to scratch? No pun intended. In fact, sod it. You know what? For content's sake, I will do it. I will send it back to the Royal Mint, the silver anyway. The gold is actually pretty good. It's not anything special in terms of proof quality. It's just a bullion strike, but it doesn't have any black fluff in the in the actual assay card. The assay card itself is in good condition, which is nice. The condition and the strike of the coin, it's the bar, not the coin, is nice. And on the back, we see that the sort of lack of perfection in the C and the R on the silver is not present on the gold, so that's good to see from that perspective. It's a nice package with the assay card. I do like these in assay cards. It's a great way to be able to display and look and hold the bar without worrying about it too much. And of course, bars don't tend to have easily accessible capsules, so this is a good way to display the bar and have it. I do like that. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, design-wise, I think this is a really quite nice design. I like the simplicity of it. It's not pretending to be anything massively complex. There's no huge wavy backgrounds and things like that. That does give me a few concerns about the security level of this type of product. I can see this being something that could be quite easily counterfeited by the powers that be in Far East Asia. Not pointing at particular countries, but let's be quite frank, it happens all the time from those countries. And this would probably be a pretty prime target to see some fakes out there at some point in the future. It's a shame, but that's kind of how it happens, and there are not really a large amount of security features on this product. It would not be difficult to replicate the dies required to make it and then to fake it. So that's something that I think could be improved on. Some of the other sort of bullion bars that we've seen of late, the Una and the Lion and the Three Graces, are a lot more complex in their design, so that does play a factor into my thinking. But it's still pretty cool and elegant, and we see, of course, the 4 nations of the United Kingdom represented here with the Lion of England, the Unicorn of Scotland, the Red Dragon of Wales, and the Elk of Ireland. So it's a pretty cool piece, and I am very happy with it. I do think it's a nice addition to my gold stack with a mintage of just 5,000 pieces on the gold. That is low. There is no doubting that that is a low mintage. I got number 191 here with a little serial number on there. The silver does not have a serial number on it or on the COA, on the assay card, and I believe the mintage on those is 70,000. So it's not even that great of a sort of minted coin in the sense that it has, there are plenty of minted coins out there with mintages of 10,000, 15,000 that are much nicer and better and do a lot more in terms of that premium that you buy at the in point, and the exit point maybe will hold them. Will these hold premium? Will they do well as an investment product? I personally am not convinced that it will. I think this is a nice product. It's certainly, if you're a royalist, if you're a UK fan, then yeah, it's good and it will look nice in that stack and collection. Is this something you should go out and buy rolls and rolls of, maybe the silver, perhaps not the gold, but rolls of them? Probably not, because I genuinely think in about 6 months' time you'll be able to pick these up for £24-25 on places like my Buyers Club. There'll be people who will buy these right now from the Raw Mint directly, maybe like I did, or from dealers at even high prices, not quite as high as the Raw Mint, of course, but they will buy them and then they will just end up having, basically something that they'll have to hold for a very long time. And if somebody comes to sell it, they will probably get a bit of a shock at that premium retention, which won't happen. So, is it a bit of a waste of money to have bought them? And certainly the 10-ounce silver. Well, I think the 10-ounce silver, when we get it and when we talk more about that, I think that's got a chance of doing a little better in terms of premium retention. It's got a lot less mintage, and the 10-ounce bars generally are quite favourable. But it's going to be a tough one, tough ask. I think it's about £300 all in for it, including the VAT. So it'll be a tough one to hold the premium on. The gold, though, I think is, if you're going for sort of the best bet, it's the gold in terms of that premium. It is the lowest, albeit still quite high premium, certainly if you buy it direct from the Raw Mint like I stupidly did. Honestly, I was in a rush, and it really does happen to the best of us. I was reading about this and I thought, this is a Raw Mint exclusive. I got that in my head. I jumped on the Raw Mint and bought one because I wanted one and I wanted to make the content about it. And then about an hour later, I was looking around and I saw this on Chards, and they were having it for about $1,600. I paid $1,660, I think, for it at the time of purchase. So yeah, you got to you can't live with the regrets. Like, from my perspective, if this is another little mantra to finish the video, if you've bought this directly from the Raw Mint or others from the Raw Mint and you've paid a little bit more than other places that you might have been able to buy it from, don't obsess about it. Don't worry about it. You can't change it. I mean, if it had come and it had had a giant ding and scratch and horrible dent in it, I might have been able to get away with sending it back for a refund. But because it's a bullion product, there are no refunds. You don't have the consumer rights, really. I mean, the only thing that I think will happen here is I can get the silver sent back. I might be able to swindle them to get a refund on that. I'll see if they go for it. If not, it'll probably be a replacement at very least. But we'll see. I mean, the assay card's in awful condition with this little ding at the bottom and the scratches on there, and the quality of the bar isn't great. And this piece of bloody fluff in there as well. Raw Mint, can you just get it right for once, please? So anyway, we'll see how that goes. I'm a bit loath to go through that whole process. It's a bit laborious, but I'll do it. And I'll let you all know how it goes. Hopefully when we get the 10-ounce bar in from Chards, it will be good condition, and then we'll let you all know how the return is going on that one. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on these down in the comments. Have you got some? Are you buying some? Are you going to rush out and buy them having watched today's video? Are you in the super cool kids club and stay to the end of my videos? If you are, then you are officially a Backyard Bullion Rambler. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.